Hi everyone, my name is Tim Zerillo and I'm shooting this video from Zerillo Law LLC at our offices at 103 Exchange Street in Portland, Maine on November 27th, 2012. And this is just a short biographical video, a lawyer bio video about myself so that you can get to know me a little bit. You know, there are a lot of voices out there when you're searching for a lawyer, whether you're searching for a personal injury lawyer or a family law lawyer or a criminal defense lawyer. And there's just a lot of voices out there, a lot of people yelling about how tough they are as lawyers and sensationalizing the practice of law. I thought it might be useful to you as you're looking for a lawyer to know a little bit about me. And I hope that this video is useful in that regard. So I grew up in Windham mostly, although I have lived in a lot of different places in New England. But I graduated high school in Windham. My mother was a school teacher, and my father is now a college professor. At the time, he ran a large software company, banking software company for the Northeast. So I was lucky enough to grow up in a great household, and I went on to college at the University of New Hampshire, where my thought initially was that I was going to become a writer. My grandfather was a very prolific writer who died in 1972, a great historian who wrote in excess of 90 books, even though he died fairly young. And my thought was that I would become a writer, so I pursued a degree in English literature. And along the way I got interested in the law. But I hit a little bump in the road between undergraduate school and law school, which I think has actually proved useful to me in my career, and that was working in the insurance industry. So like many recent college graduates, and we see a lot of this going on as I shoot this video, and the recession we've been facing in this country for the past few years, we see a lot of college graduates who are struggling to find their way with jobs. Well, I happened to walk into, having an English degree and no real reason to walk into it, I happened to walk into a job at an insurance company. And they taught me at that insurance company, Allstate Insurance Company, how to handle claims for people who are injured. And when I say they taught me the way to fleece people who are injured and have claims. Well, after doing that for a few years, it was a very helpful experience. And I'm happy that I did it because it folds into the practice that I have right now. But I couldn't take the idea of nickel and diming people to death on their claims, and I decided that I wanted to get on the opposite side of that spectrum, and so I left Allstate and went to law school. So while I was in law school, I discovered something that I didn't expect to discover. I was chosen very early on in my law school career to captain a mock trial team as a second-year student. For the law school I went to in Boston, it was rare for a second-year student to captain a mock trial team. It was reserved for third-year students who were thought to know a little bit more and maybe have seen a few trials. But I got chosen and I was happy to do it. It's a very difficult task for me. And the practice problem that we ended up competing with was a federal drug case. So this began a love that I have and a passion for criminal defense work. And it was through that original mock trial problem that somebody wrote, I don't know where, that I became interested in criminal defense work on both the state and the federal level. So when I got back from law school, or was graduating from law school, a couple of things seemed clear to myself and my wife. First of all, though we loved Boston, we wanted to raise our children in Maine. And second of all, it seemed clear that we wanted to open our own practice and focus on criminal defense and plaintiffs' personal injury work, representing injured people. And that's exactly what we've done. Along the way, we've developed into a family law practice that is thriving, and we serve a lot of people with their family law needs. And we still do criminal defense work in state and federal court, and also represent people in the Court of Appeals in Boston. And we represent injured people throughout the state of Maine who are injured or hurt through no fault of their own. So that's about it, really. I think we established Zerillo Law LLC in 2001, and we've enjoyed representing our clients throughout the state of Maine in state and federal court. So if you need more information about the law firm, please feel free to visit our website, www.getzerillo.com. That's www.getzerillo.com. Or feel free to call the firm at 207-347-6063. And hopefully I can convince the other lawyers in Zerillo Law to do their own bio videos so you can get to know them soon. Thanks again for watching. Zerillo Law is located at 103 Exchange Street in Portland, Maine, and can be reached on the internet at www.getzerillo.com or by phone at 207-347-6063.